The very first problem that we are going to discuss today is related to osmotic pressure. First you read it out. See, the question is, at 300 Kelvin, 36 gram of glucose percent in a liter of its solution. So here it is 1 liter. Has an osmotic pressure of 4.98 bar. If osmotic pressure of a solution is 1.52 bar at same temperature, so the temperature is being maintained, what would be its concentration? So let us see what are the things that is already given. As we already know, the main equation will be pi is equal to CRT. Now is the concentration part. Pi is given for the first solution. So for the first solution, we can write that it is 4.98, of course. 4.98 bar you can say is equal to the value of C which is given. If we put that in molarity, we can put like 36 by 180. Why 36? Because here it is given 36 gram of glucose solution, 180 because it is the molar mass. So this is the concentration term, 36 by 180 and into R into T. So this is the first equation. Similarly, for the second solution, you see it is 1.52 bar at same temperature. So if the temperature is same, here on this side we should be able to write 1.52 bar. And if the temperature is same, suppose the concentration is unknown, which is C2 I am writing, then R and T will be also like that. R is the constant and T over here, both the T will be same. So without knowing the actual temperature, we can write it as T only. So this is equation number 2. So these are the two equations which we have got. It is very easy to understand that we have to calculate the C2 because the question is what would be its concentration. So what we can do is we can divide 2 by equation 1. Then we should be able to write C2. On this side you see it should be 1.52 divided by 4.98. On this side it should be C2 36 by 180 because RT and RT will cancel each other out. Now from here, if you want to calculate, you calculate it by yourself. It should be C2 is equal to 1.52 into 36 divided by 4.98 into 180. Now you calculate this part separately. I have calculated it already. So it will be 0.061 M. That is the concentration part. So this will be the answer. I have calculated it already. So it should be C2 equal to 0.061 M. Second question for today. Obviously it is also related to osmotic pressure, and it is also I have taken from NCERT itself. Let us solve the NCERT problems first, then we will obviously see some other problems from other books. The question goes like this. Determine, it's question number 2.40 by the way. Determine the amount of CaCl to calcium chloride, that is I is equal to 2.47, which is given. See, the expected I and the given I may not be same, as you can see. Dissolved in 2.5 liter, so here the volume is given, such that osmotic pressure is 0.75 atm at 27 degrees Celsius. So here I is given 2.47. Here pi should be CRT but multiplied with I, because we are not taking any other solution, we are taking an electrolyte which will be dissociated, giving rise to more number of particles in the solution. So I should be NB, means pi will be is equal to I into NB into R into T. This value should be 0.75 atm. So it should be 0.75 is equal to 2.47 into NB. It is the number of moles of solute that is to be dissolved. That is the question. So answer is not known. R, molar gas constant. It is in liter atmosphere. So we should put 0.082 into T. It is 27 degrees Celsius. So 27 plus 273, it will be 300 Kelvin, divided by V, volume. You can say it is 2.5 liter. So it should be 2.5. So from here, you have to calculate what is the value of NB. It should be 0.75 into 2.5 divided by all this, that is 2.47 into 0.082 into 300. Calculate this much, calculate this total portion separately. You will be getting as 0.0308 mole. So that is how it is to be done. The third question that we are going to discuss today is not from NCERT. It is a question collected from other books. So let us see the question. The question is a 1.00 molar solution of trichloroacetic acid. Now this one is a special one because it is not a strong electrolyte. So how it is going to dissociate, that will not be the same as we can predict for strong electrolytes. So it is Cl3CO2H. So in place of CH3, 3 hydrogens are replaced by 3 chlorine. Is heated to its boiling point. So obviously it is a solution of trichloroacetic acid. That means water is mixed with this solute. So there will be an elevation in boiling point. So the solution has the boiling point of this much, 100.18 degrees Celsius. Determine the Van't Hoff factor for the trichloroacetic acid. Kb for water is already given. Now we have to calculate the Van't Hoff factor. This one, Van't Hoff factor. So let us see what is the Van't Hoff factor. I is equal to observed. In this case, because it's a boiling point case, it is observed boiling point elevation divided by calculated boiling point elevation. Having known that, so we have to see what is the observed boiling point elevation then. So let us calculate the observed boiling point elevation. Observed boiling point elevation. What we have seen, initially what we have taken, water is the pure solvent. So for that, if you want to calculate the observed boiling point and if you want to write delta TB, it is how much? It is TB minus TB0. This one, the value is given, you see, 100.18. So it is 100.18 degrees Celsius minus should be how much? Remember, what is the pure solvent? It is a solution of trichloroacetic acid. That means the pure solvent is water, and the boiling point of water is obviously 100. So it should be 0.18 degrees Celsius. That is the observed boiling point. Now the calculated one. So calculated one. So if you write observe, so delta TB, if in bracket I write calculated, it should be Kb into M. I cannot be taken because it's a weak means it's the solute is not a non-electrolyte. So Kb into M. Now Kb is already given 0.512. So 0.512 and M, here we have given 1 molar solution. So it is 1. So it is 0.512. Now if we put the value for I, which is the observed boiling point is how much? 0.18 divided by 0.512. Now this part you calculate. If you calculate it separately, you will get it 0.351. That is the desired Van't Hoff factor. You can see it is less than 1. In the last problem, we have seen a different kind of cases. We have to calculate over there what was the Van't Hoff factor. and the case was the elevation in the boiling point. This one is also similar one. We have to calculate the Van 't Hoff factor, but this is regarding the freezing point. So let us find out what is the question. It is also not directly from NCERT, so it is outside of it. So let us read it out. Calculate the freezing point depression expected for 0.0711 aqueous molal aqueous solution of sodium sulfate. This much is pretty simple. If now the question is, the twist in the tail, if this solution actually freezes at this one, so it is the actual freezing point, what would be the value of Van 't Hoff factor? So let us find out this much first. Calculate the freezing point depression of an aqueous solution which is having the concentration 0.0711 molar. So remember, it is sodium sulfate. So let us calculate this much first. So it is delta TF is equal to KF into M. Now the KF, that value is given as 1.86, already you can see here, into 0.0711. It is coming out to be 0.132 degree Celsius delta TF. Now this one is what? This one is the calculated one. Calculated. And how much we have observed? It is actually freezes at 0.320. So observed freezing point, observed freezing point depression should be how much? It should be, for pure solvent which is water, it should be 0 minus 0.320. This part you try to understand. This one is the freezing point of pure solvent minus how much the freezing point depression has taken place. It is 0.320. So it is minus of that. One more thing you can do is delta TF. It is TF minus TF naught. So is the opposite one, TF naught minus TF. It's that much you can do. So keeping that in mind, we should be writing Van 't Hoff factor, which is equal to, as we have done in the previous case also, observed freezing point by calculated freezing point. Now observed freezing point was how much? The amount that we have observed, it is coming out to be 0.320 degrees Celsius. So it is 0.320 divided by, calculated was 0.132. So if you calculate this much, it will be 2.42. See, we are calculating the Van 't Hoff factor. That is why we didn't put the value of I over here. And it is coming out to be 2.42. Remember, we have taken, the question was regarding Na2SO4. So it is an electrolyte. Its I value should be more than 1 because it is going to dissociate in the solution. So let me remind you what we have done actually. We have first calculated the delta TF from the given values which was there in the question. So that was the calculated one. Then we have done the observed freezing point, which is 0 minus the freezing point depression, which we are getting as this much. So Van 't Hoff factor, as we know, observed by calculated, we have put those two values and we are getting the ratio as 2.42.